Hi everyone. I'm returning to a band that I've enjoyed several times in the past, and I'm going to add another song to my repertoire of what I know of their work today. That is U2. U2's Numb. Numb originated as a discarded song from the Achtung Baby. While recording Zoropa, the band transformed the song with mixing assistance from co-producer Flood, the addition of keyboards and samples by co-producer Brian Eno, and the addition of The Edge's monotone vocals. A dense Europop groove percolates underneath understated but slicing guitar riffs and a carnival-style keyboard line. Bono's falsetto musings can be caught swirling in the background, while The Edge's delivery is more akin to synth chords than proper singing. This sounds like a lot of fun, especially with the kind of different uses of the voice that it sounds like it incorporates. Watching an old printer.
Don't got a time, don't think, don't worry, everything's just fine. Just fine. Don't grab, don't clutch, don't hope for too much, don't breathe, don't achieve or grieve without living. Don't check, just balance on the fence, don't answer, don't ask, don't try and make sense. But don't talk, don't run if you can walk, don't cheat, compete, don't miss the one beat. Don't travel by train, don't peek, don't spill, don't piss in the drain, don't let the well. Don't feel like any phone, don't compensate, don't do it on call, don't know I'm late. Don't holler at the gate. Take it on board, don't fall on your sword, just play another chord. If you feel it getting bored. Don't change your brain, don't listen to the band, don't change your shit. Have another grade.
You know, as I'm listening to this, I'm trying to think, how would I describe this? How would I sum it up? And because, okay, first of all, monotone is right. He's just singing on one pitch, which, you know, some popular music, some of the rock music does. And I've listened to some of those songs where it's mostly one pitch, but a little rise or fall. This takes it to the next level and says, let's just stick on one pitch. It's more, well, it is truly monotone. One note, one tone, one pitch, monotone. So it ends up being not a melody of any kind, but just one of those pitches that blends into the whole mix of sounds. And well, at the beginning I said, it sounds like I'm listening to an old printer, you know, the kind of there's that going on. There's some other interesting little sound effects mixed in. Now we're getting the other voice up in the stratosphere somewhere off in the background. It has a feeling to it, but it's very, very hard to pinpoint exactly the focal point of the piece. The bass line is just outlining a sketch of something. The voice is just a monotone. There's no melody. There's a pulse. Yes, there's a rhythm, but even the rhythm is not the focal point. The harmonies are not the focal point. Nothing really is the focal point, except for, you could say the texture is what we should be paying attention to, but we don't really even pay attention to the textural feel of it. Well, the title is Numb. I guess I would say that that's kind of the essence of the piece. It's not really saying numbness in words or even in music. What it's doing is it's creating this atmosphere in which we have no focus. We have no focal point. At the same time, we are not feeling disoriented or lost. It's not like we're completely dizzy. We're simply, there's nothing that we really have grabbed onto. And so it seems like that is the way in which it's true to its title, Numb. Well, if I were going to classify this piece, forget about genres and subgenres and modern and all of that. Just a descriptor. I might call this impressionistic. My reason for calling it impressionistic is that, as with impressionistic painting, as with impressionistic music, the idea is that you don't necessarily present clearly, identifiably, what it is you want the viewer, the listener to see, to feel, to hear. Instead, you create an impression that leaves us with a certain, it leaves us with an impression. You create a work of art that leaves us with an impression. And so I might call this an impressionistic work, simply because we are left with a very distinct impression. Although we can't really put our fingers on any specific element that is, say, stronger than the other or more important than the other. It all comes together for one purpose, and that is the impression of numbness. A bit of organ.
Don't bridle, don't shackle, don't guide, don't curve, don't swerve. Lie, die, serve. Don't theorize, realize, polarize, glance, dance, dismiss, apologize. Don't spy, don't lie, don't try, imply, detain, explain, start again. Don't coax, don't cling, don't hoax, don't freak, don't leak, don't speak. Don't project, don't connect, protect, don't expect, suggest. Don't project, don't connect, protect, don't expect, suggest. Don't struggle, don't jerk, don't call, don't work, don't wish, don't fish, don't teach, don't reach. Don't borrow, don't break, don't fence, don't steal, don't pass, don't press, don't cry, don't feel. Don't touch, don't dine, don't suffer, don't rhyme, don't fantasize, don't rise, don't die. Don't project, don't connect, protect, don't expect, suggest. Don't project, don't connect, protect, don't expect, suggest.
going back to the specific musical elements, and now that I'm thinking, what is the focal point? There's really no focal point. What is it that kind of sinks into us throughout the course of the piece as this just goes on and on and on? And I guess what sinks in and becomes the thing that reminds me that this is continuing is the beat. Kind of like driving on a rough road or on a train track or with a rock on your tire. And it also has this kind of numbing effect of we zone out. It becomes part of our existence, but it's not really something that we are focused on, aware of. It just Okay, now a funny, perhaps entirely off the wall thought, but it came to me as I'm listening to this. Of course, this is don't. Practically anything, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I'm the mother of a little toddler right now. And so I'm constantly aware of what I'm saying to her. And it's so easy to fall into saying, don't do this, don't touch, don't. Poor kid! I wonder how many little kids feel like this. And we wonder why they have meltdowns, right? I mean, don't. Okay, a little bit off topic, but I couldn't help thinking of it because, you know, if we start to feel that way listening to a piece like this, what about the little ones? They can't even analyze it. They just hear. Well, I do make clear efforts, specific efforts to choose other ways of guiding her than simply don't. So, and she's actually a very easy child. So, you know, I don't think that that's all she hears. Back to the song. I like it, I guess, because it feels different. It's a different way of tackling a feeling or tackling communicating some idea than merely writing some lyrics that tell about it or express our inner feelings about it and then putting it to music and, you know, all of this stuff which a lot of music does. This is a different way of coming with the idea and presenting the idea and having us experience it in the listening process. And I always like artistic works that kind of manage to come with a different way, come at it from a different angle. This is one of those. And, well, another great U2 piece. I'm sure I'll be back for more. This was Numb, and I'll see you soon.